Hey everyone, Lex Lianos with Compass in Northern Virginia, and I'm back with another video. So in our market in Northern Virginia, inventory is super low. And there's a lot of buyers out there, which has heated up the market. And in most cases, buyers find themselves in a multiple offer situation. So today, I just wanted to address a topic that comes up a lot in my conversations with buyers, and that is whether to waive the appraisal contingency or keep the appraisal contingency on a contract. Now, the reason why an appraisal contingency exists is that the bank is using the appraised value. So irregardless of what you and the seller have agreed upon, so let's call that $100,000, the bank is going to send out an independent third party called an appraiser to evaluate the property and come up with a market valuation. Now, what everyone is looking for is for that person to come up with $100,000 as the market value. If that happens, that's your contract price. The bank thinks it's worth $100,000, everyone is happy, and the process moves forward. If it comes in below that amount, we have a series of options for the buyer. Buyer can ask the seller to lower the price, buyer can back out, buyer can agree to pay the difference. That's essentially the options. If you waive the appraisal contingency, you basically give up your right to do any of those things. So you have to proceed with the contract irregardless of what the appraiser says the value is. And so I just want to write this out and what the ramifications are of that. I'm going to write out an example on the whiteboard so you can see it in numbers. The only time I would consider this, it is much more risk on the buyer's plate, but it is probably what you're going to have to do in this overheated market that we have here in Northern Virginia. You have to have the financial bandwidth, the extra cash cushion to be able to pay the difference in the event of a low appraisal, and I'll go over that in a sec. Or you have to be willing to restructure your loan. Instead of putting 20% down, maybe you put 15% down. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go over to the whiteboard. Okay, let's say your contract price is $100,000. You're putting a $20,000 down payment, and your loan is $80,000. Okay? If the property appraises at $100,000, so the bank agrees with what you're paying, this all works just fine. But let's take a different example. Say you waive the appraisal contingency, so you have no protection, okay? So instead, you are going to be paying $20,000 down payment and having an $80,000 loan. But the property appraises for $90,000, okay? So the bank is only going to pay loan 80% of $90,000. So your loan is only going to be $72,000. And you're paying $20,000, which was your intended down payment. Okay? So that only equals $92,000, which is not going to be enough to buy your $100,000 property. So you're going to have to add an additional $8,000 to get to $100,000. So instead of paying for a $20,000 down payment, you're actually going to have to pay $20,000 plus $8,000. Okay? So you have to have that $8,000 in savings, in addition to your other expenses, to be able to do this deal. That's why having an appraisal contingency could potentially be risky. As you can see, waiving the appraisal contingency, which was what you very well might have to do to win a deal, involves some risk, and you have to be comfortable with that before you proceed. So hopefully your agent explained that to you in a way that you can understand. If you have any questions about this topic, please don't hesitate to contact me. The number and the email are on the screen. I'm happy to help. No obligation, no fee, nothing. Just give me a call. I'm happy to talk you through it. All right, I hope this was helpful. As always, give it a thumbs up if you've liked this and subscribe to our channel. I look forward to catching you next time.